I've got another box for you guys. This one is pretty huge. This one is 10 inches by 10 inches by 5 inches. And it comes with a version that has a loose lid and one that has a hinged lid. And I initially made this for one of my subscribers who needed it for a custom game that she was making. But I thought, you know what? There's lots of uses for a box this big. But it is really big. I really love these. It's made out of 1/8 inch MDF in this case. So the file is made for up to 0.125 inch material. If your material is a little thicker than that, you might find that it's going to stick out just a little bit. So that's up to you. But this is made for up to 0.125 inch thick material. And again, it's got a hinged lid version like this. Let's see if I can actually hold this thing up. It's so big. Like that. And then we've also got a loose lid one that just sits on top like this. So whichever style you prefer, we've got it for you. Of course, the funnest part is customizing it, making it just for you or just for your customer. And in this case, again, my wife teaches at a local school, so we cut the local school logo out of it, put different things on the side, and it just looks great. You can imagine what this would look like either painted with different colors on the inside and outside layers, or if you use some pre-finished materials or a light and a dark colored wood, how amazing this would look. Now, you can imagine this takes a good amount of material. If you're using material that's like the 11 by 19 inch size, which is kind of the Glowforge sized material, this takes about 6 sheets. So it's not a small amount of material, but very cool. And whether you need a hinged lid or a loose lid, both of those are in the file. So speaking of the file, let's take a look at the file together and I'll give you some quick tips along the way. All right, here's the file. And as always, let's make sure we read the text up at the top. It says black lines equal cut, red lines equal score. And in this case, this particular one I have open is made for the 0.125 inch material. And we'll read here because this is always important. This is a 1 inch square. Don't cut it. But if you click on that and that is not 1 inch, that means your software has resized something. So you need to either select everything and size everything together until that's 1 inch, or if you're using something like Lightburn, I recommend that instead of using the SVG, you just use the AI or PDF formats that I provide, because both of those formats retain the proper size, whereas SVG, you might need to change your SVG settings, and that's kind of a pain. So just use the AI or a PDF and you'll be in good shape. All right, so this particular one is the loose lid, and they're almost identical, but I just want to walk you through the parts. So right up here, we've got the inside box pieces. There's your bottom and left and right and front and back. Each of those are identical, so it doesn't matter where you put them. Pretty straightforward. We'll come back to the lid in just a second. And then here's the outside pieces that go around those. You can watch the assembly video and you'll see how it all goes together. Really straightforward, exactly like our other boxes. This one's just a whole lot bigger. And then here's the lid. One important thing on this particular thing is this red line is score. Do not cut that line. Just score it, because that helps you know where to put this piece on the inside. I'll show it to you here. This piece right here, if you want to get it centered, that red line will help you, or that score line will help you center it. And this piece comes out of the middle of this piece here. So don't throw this inside piece away. This rim here goes right like this to make it nice and clean. And then the inside of that piece glues right here so that it fits perfectly, okay? Now, one last tip I'll give you, just like we have on some of our other boxes. When you are gluing this top rim on, one of the things that's really important is all of these pieces, of course, when you put it together, they should be even on the top. But if you do have any of those layers kind of like this at all, that makes this not have a solid flat place for it to glue. So just while you're putting it together, make sure that both your pieces that go up on the sides are flat on the top so that this can glue on nice and clean. And then this fits on there just like that. I think you're going to love this, but it is huge. Really cool though. And I can imagine what kind of effect it would have on somebody if this was painted or in some really nice woods. So this would be a very cool gift, or as an accessory to something else. You could even make dividers in there or put smaller boxes inside. Lots of fun you can have with these. So let me know if you have any questions. As always, I'd love to help you if I can. I'd love to see what you guys make with them. But until then, as always, I'll see you in the groups. There's a whole lot more cool things on the way coming.